I'm happy you came to find me. I should have spoken to you soon.
Indeed, you should have.
As I said.
How do you intend to do that?
As you now know, I knew your mother. But we gradually learned to understand one another, based on what I know today. She told me her name, Arelwyn. She even gave me a pendant for you. You were only a child, so I gave it to Mrs. de Sade for safekeeping.
She gave me a necklace when I went to say goodbye to her. She said it was a family heirloom.
No. But I'm sure the Nauts can help.
It was such a long time ago.
The Nauts record everything down to the... So, do you want to try and...
Yes. All this is so new to me, but I suppose...
Let's go then.
De Sade.
I have come to talk...
After what would you like to know?
You told me that I...
We'd like to know.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
Is there no one on Tyr?
Very well.
Where can he be found?
His ship is moored in the port of Hikmet, if I'm not...
Thank you for your help,
De Sade.
Yes, Admiral?
Don't get too caught up in the past. That one in...
Whether or not we choose to get caught up in it, Admiral... that a captain who took part in these expeditions is right here on the island.
It is indeed a stroke of luck. I hope he remembers my mother.
Do not worry. If his memory fails him, he may have kept his diary from that time.
Hello there. My name is de Sade.
I am Captain Lissandro. Please. I don't believe I've had the pleasure before. Well, what can I do for you?
Admiral Cabral advised...
The Admiral?
You are the only one on this island that can help.
Really? The congregation is...
25.
I remember. And yet it...
So you can understand why we...
Yes, yes. But what have you got to do with all...
I met that woman in Serene.
Listen, it's not that I don't want to help you. I wasn't the captain at the time. So I don't see how I can...
From one captain to another, if you would...
Captain Vasco?
You said it yourself. A child was born, and we always help.
Very well. Wait for me here. I'll be at... Here it is. I found my... There's a passage in it that would... Your mother came from a village on the plains, and I'm talking about...
Thank you for this information.
It's nothing. I'm getting sent in...
So here you are on the verge of discovering your mother's village, of finding your own people. How do you feel?
I don't really know. I'm a little lost, I suppose. All of this is so new to me.
I understand. Mrs. de Sade was loving. She raised you with tenderness. And today you learn she is not your real mother. I'm sorry.
What do I...
I recently found...
Your mother was from Vignamri.
Indeed. She was captured.
She was called a Relwyn.
Of course.
Could you tell me more about
I was not the head of the clan back, but I remember the village Denegad. All our warriors set off to her rescue. But it was a dark day.
My father died too. Do you know if any...
Yes. Slan. She was never able to match her sister's talent. Too much. Relwyn was a renowned healer, taking her place.
It's not surprising that she was of interest. They probably hoped she could help them, but all alone. Far from the island.
Do you know where I can find my aunt?
You could try her house, but she's rarely there. She doesn't speak much to me.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Nothing. I must go.
What do you think of the chief of your village?
He seems quite friendly compared to the others we've run into.
A bit too friendly, if you ask me. A little too concerned with pleasing the settlers.
And you think that's a bad thing?
He reminds me of myself when I was younger. And that's not a compliment. My fear is that he serves his own ambition. And this is often done at the expense of others. There's no one here. Let's go and ask the inhabitants of the village if they know where to find her.
The islanders protect their Doningana. I don't know if they'll speak to some Renaigse.
Don't forget, you are one of them after all.
Hello.
Renaigse. Do you need help?
Actually, yes.
Oh.
Ulan told me that she...
Ulan must have wanted to play. She says that he loves the people from your island. Anyway, if you want to... I am not sure if she is there right now.
I'm extremely...
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle! A bit of poison on my blade. May the sun engulf our enemies! May the shadow engulf our enemies! There's a woman over there, surrounded by animals. May the Enlightened protect me in this battle! A bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
You can ward off this fate!
How do you feel now?
Well, thank you for step. Usually these animals...
We are glad we arrived at the right time.
Excuse me, but are you Slan? The
Yes, that...
Yes, we were. If you would allow us, we'd like...
Very well.
This is the story we have pieced together.
My mother, or rather, the woman who raised me, gave me this necklace.
A Relwyn gave it to me.
It looks familiar. Your father had given... It's good that you are wearing it today and divorced Tiersay.
She wanted me to help her die. Someone would have figured it out, so I watched her suffer.
Petrus, I cannot hold it against...
No, you don't understand. I loved her. I loved her, and she's the only woman I've ever loved.
Everyone loved Relwyn. She was marvelous. What's more, you brought me. All is well now. The child, you are whole.
Petrus,
Thank me.
you may have been a bit cowardly in the past. You were manipulative, and you lied to her, but thanks to what you've told me, I've been able...
My child. At least I've done something. I hope the Enlightened will remember this when I...
Desade, I'm happy. I can't wait to find this famous... I could probably go alone. Don't you want to understand?
You're right, Afra.
Thank you, Desade. Our new friends will surely be able...
Karans, do you need...
I must leave you. See you later.
We are happy to see you again. You will all...
Thank you. I'm glad... Of course. When we participated in the Dunkers...
And you want to see it? It is a very sacred place. Only those who will become...
That's right, Year One.
If someone finds out that we have helped the Renaigse to end...
Dunkers will never do such a thing.
You're probably right.
Look for the entrance, but you will have to discover the rest by your...
Thank you, Morian.
Greenblood, my friend. Do you...
I must leave you. Do it! No renai. I see.
thought of staying here too long, though. In case our corpse's cousins turn up. Hey! What are you doing here?
We could ask you the...
Except we found this place, so I suggest you did...
Listen, we didn't... But perhaps you could tell us...
You look like... We also are,
Really?
Yeah. We managed to convince the kind of place where the natives...
And how do you plan on entering?
Well, with enough explosives, we'll...
I see. Very subtle.
He didn't really have the time. Anyway, now...
Listen, I don't want to worry. When the islanders... You can imagine...
Yeah. With the time... Here, never mind, guys.
At last, we made it here.
How do we...
Look around. There...
This stone... There's a slot at the...
The natives believe... If we want this door to open, I imagine...
Now we have to find out what we...
Here is my offering to the Cave of Knowledge. There.
Seems like this painting depicts some kind of
Yes.
The location looks like... The characters...
You're right. Someone's coming. Let's hide. If anyone finds us here, we're sure to lose the trust of the islanders.
Esco halen. Esco valg med agengo selerge mantadabem. Avenundanum.
Mach, es boglen daigan ni dau. A yigi dames e tier como lei.
Cair to, Morian. Ages radai de radi dawem tair gerbegan.
Cau den nes greta como lei. Nas oltargo tu. Vregtetet mad advad. Abud antadab me en ekekam. No adaholeg.